What's up, everybody? We're the
Woo!
Jawbers.
Woo!
We're doing the recap of WrestleMania 39, and this is the men's WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way Tag Match between the Street Profits, Braun Strowman and Ricochet, Alpha Academy, and the Viking Raiders. That's three out of the four tag teams that actually has a team name. Um, so that's good to see. Usually it's just four tag teams of random tag teams with no names. Um, but yeah,
Did you feel like this match was like a filler match?
it was to get everyone on the show. Like they couple like it was like a month or two ago, maybe a month. Oh I think about a month or two. Um, the Triple H had come out and was talking about WrestleMania, and I don't know if it's this year or next year, but just like they're they weren't going to run it, they weren't going to have as many matches per se, but the quality of matches would be greater, but just less number wise. And so like people really had to fight for their WrestleMania spots and stuff like that. And then they had in these WrestleMania showcase matches, and which had no meaning to it. They weren't number one contender matches. Um, they were just to get people on the show. It's
Yes,
like
that's what it felt like, and it's like, on one hand, yeah, cool. Um,
yeah, but
I
we've seen all these people
yeah,
not necessarily fighting. Well, yeah, fighting each other. We're not getting them back to back really, but we're getting some part. Like this is four tag teams right here. That's almost your whole tag team division, and like we've seen them all, and it's like, eh, yeah, it was anything. It was a good match though. I won't take away from. It was a good multi tag man match.
um,
Um,
I missed 2/3 of this match.
yeah, and it's not like you were missing much.
I figured it would.
Like,
This is kind of the same feel as Cena and Theory. Same kind of feel like, okay, let's just get these two matches over so we can get to the storylines. Not that there's anything
right,
wrong with these. So
right,
Street Profits are dope. The Viking Raiders are finally looking decent. You have Ricochet and Strowman, which has turned out to be an awesome pairing. And then of course you have Otis, the Alpha Academy. Come on, man! Like, they are fun. They are fucking
yeah,
fun. It just, the
yeah,
fact that all these teams with okay, they all have good chemistry as a team, and to have not built up any real story behind it was kind of,
right.
was a little bit of a missed opportunity, But that's, I'm nitpicky, I'm nitpicking this whole thing. It was really
Right.
like, it's like, putting him on WrestleMania as a Fatal Four or eight way, if you will, technically Fatal Four, um, without any story, without anything really. I think that was a miss. I think that was a miss. But
Yeah.
once again, like, these guys can put a great show and a great match, but it go to me, for me, it goes back to that same thing. It's like, what makes a great match? Well, the story makes a great match, you
Right.
know. And
Right.
so they can have a fantastic match that's, you know, uh, acrobatic, that's athletic, that's incredible. But if there's no story, it just, like, half of it is left
Yeah,
out.
so they had stories in this match. Like they got the story of the Viking Raiders with Valhalla, and Valhalla has like this like witchcraft kind of like thing going on. I mean, nothing like magical. She doesn't put spells on people or anything, but she has like that mystical distraction kind of thing.
Gotcha, gotcha.
And with the Viking, like that, it like distracted Ricochet. I think it was the whatever SmackDown or Raw before Mania.
Mm.
They had a singles match, um, and Ricochet got distracted from her. She freaked him out in some sort of way, and it just like it got him off guard. And because what happened was Strowman did his running around the ring and smash everybody, and he came around the final corner, coming towards the announcer's table, and he was about to plow Eric. It just sounded funny. But he was about to hit Eric. He was about to like smash into Eric, but Valhalla moved him out of the way, and then Strowman went flying through the table, the announcer's table, and Ricochet was reacting to that, and like he just like got spooked because like Valhalla like turning towards him, just got that creepy look. So like they had that, and the Viking Raiders they need to freaking win. They need some sort of momentum. They can't just keep losing. Like they keep like revamping them and changing them, and now that they're heels, like this is the time for them to freaking rise to the top.
They, I mean, they look like Typhoon and Earthquake. Like, I mean, or even, dare I say, Legion of Doom. You know,
All right, well they should have that like impressing like fear, like
they
we
should.
don't want to mess with Viking Raiders, and they do in a way.
They come off like
Um,
that.
they just keep lose. They just keep having them lose,
Yeah,
and it just doesn't help them at all.
yeah, and
Street
then
Profits, Street Profits won, which Street Profits like always win it seems, except for championship matches. They never win those. But they also did have them for a long time, not too long ago.
yeah,
Um,
and the Alpha Academy. Come on, the Shoosh.
that's a story in itself too,
Yeah,
with
and
Otis and
Otis with the
freaking
modeling. That's
yeah, with the um,
Mar-
male model, the
I want to say Marquis, but that's not correct. Whatever the
uh,
fuck the male
maximum
modeling,
male models. There we
maximum
go.
models. Yeah, there you go.
I had to think of Maxine. Well,
Maxine.
first Max Dupree, and
Yes.
then for LA Knight, but
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah. So you got the whole male, the Otis and the uh, maximum male models, and
I
then
mean,
Chad Gable.
let me put it
And,
this way. Let me put it this
yeah,
way. So last year, last WrestleMania, and then WrestleMania before that, if it felt like some of the matches were just put together just to be put together.
right, right.
This year, they do have storylines.
Yeah, yeah,
But their own separate storylines. You know, so them
right.
being put together, it's once again. I didn't watch 2/3 of this match. Like I got in towards the very end, and once again, it will not be fair for me. Like my expectation and what happened, I felt were pretty close considering.
Yeah,
But it was the same thing as Theory and Cena. It's like
right.
I was expecting these two matches to pass. I'm like, okay, this is just gonna be a warm
Yeah,
up
it
for
completely makes
WrestleMania to
sense.
get started.
Considering the rest of the night one card, yeah,
That's the
the,
problem.
those two are definitely
That
the first two that should be done.
and it would be good to say that this is like first WrestleMania since we started doing this that is very much uh that I was excited to watch, that I was excited to see more than one storyline, and then what
Yeah, well, that's
happens.
because there was more than one
That's
storyline.
right. That's
Like,
right. And
and it
so
wasn't just stories from after Rumble. It was stories that have been going on for a good part of a year for a lot of these feuds.
it,
Um, they've done a good job of lengthening them. Not pushing them too far, going away from them for a little bit, but like
kind
still
of what they
keeping
did
them.
with Uncle Howdy.
Uh, I don't know. I,
Ah, that one was it
I'm
started
not
out
really sure.
exciting and then just every week it just became more and more draining to the point of
Yeah,
like, oh god.
I can't
Anyway,
even. I have
it's
no comments on that.
anyway,
I,
compared to other WrestleMania, this match would have been like an a lot more exciting if this is what the stories were and they were at least put together in other
Yeah, I mean,
WrestleManias. But they had to contend with. Uh,
there's parts of each team where I'm like it could have been integrated in, like maybe like only one of the like have like Maxine come out and distract Otis and like that, just like that's because you can tell that Gable and Otis are slowly starting to split ways. Eventually, I'm gonna like this. That's what I'm thinking.
I
So
tell you
maybe you
what, dude,
drive in something a little bit deeper that actually makes that happen.
Gable
Um,
is he's over.
oh yeah, well they're both over now that
Is
Otis is actually being funny again and like
yes, it's they're fun to
hopeful.
watch. Out of all these tag teams, they're to me they're the most fun to watch. With
Right,
that said, I still missed 2/3 of this match, so my grade is going to be highly dependent on yours.
right, that's fine.
But I'm not going past 3.
No, I can't go past three either.
I think 3 is the right one. At 3 toilet paper rolls for this one as well. If that's what I expected out of Cena, I'm putting it up. I'm putting 3.
All right, you go three. I will go. Man, I want to go. Yeah, I guess I'll go three. I was considering going two,
Well,
and then just because I like theory, but whatever. Street Profits one. Um, yeah, I'll give it a three. So 6 out of 10.
okay. 6 toilet paper rolls out of 10, right down the middle. I mean, that's what it kind of was expected, right down the middle. Um, Not a knock on any of these tag teams separate, like outside of this match. Like I think they've been developed more than tag teams have been developed in the last 3-4 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Strowman Ricochet, I still think is I don't know. And
well,
I guess it's good. I guess it's good to get both of them on there because
well, you notice how a lot of pairings are like, especially tag teams that um haven't been tag teams for a long time. Like haven't been
right.
tag teams together. So
Yeah,
like you get the small guy with the big guy.
yeah. I mean, yeah. We
But
had we had we had Omos and AJ Styles.
but that's always a good recipe for something good for interesting stories and interesting dynamics. And even Ricochet working with, he was getting his ass whooped, and then you get Strowman comes in, and then Ricochet starting to string some wins. Strowman is helping him. They work in that dynamic, the big guy, small guy type of dynamic. That's like that's as classic WWE as fucking contracts, as weddings. You know, that's just as classic. So, um,
I'm just waiting for the day that Strowman just demolishes Ricochet.
but what's that gonna do for Strowman? Nothing. Maybe turn him
Or when they're
heel.
when they're when they're ready to give him a singles something again. I don't know. It's just ever since he's been back, I'm very yeah. I can
It's
see
those skinny pants.
why
His
why
legs are just slightly too skinny, and it just throws me off. And I mean, he looks like he's cut and everything, and he just looks the best he's looked in a long time. But he also looks smaller.
right.
Like so Dawkins, um, he I mean, like these guys, some of these guys looked pretty close. I mean, was it Dawkins? He the one that fucking choo choo trained Strowman and fucking
Yes. Oh yeah,
really,
yeah, yeah. He freaking just came in and just yeah. He ducked. He freaking yeah,
because Strowman was taking
yeah,
easy on everybody that got choo choo trained, and that's what I call
yeah,
it. And
yeah. And then he was going on that corner, and Dawkins just came out of nowhere and just
for
stopped him.
I mean, yeah, he pancaked
That
him
was
just,
that was
and
a hard hit, man.
and that kind of diminished Strowman to me. Like Strowman, I just remember him being this big beast, and
Well, that's the thing. Like Dawkins has
he's a
improved
big guy.
so much the last year and a half. Like I mean Montez too, but Dawkins was always the one of the tag team where like you don't like you knew one of them would be like a bigger star than the other. That was always Montez. It's probably still the same, but Dawkins has improved so much as far as his physique, but just like the way he wrestles too. It's finally
He's
like
a big guy, man. Dawkins a big
yeah,
guy,
like he hasn't changed up his moveset very much, but
but he choo
just
trained Strowman,
just
so there you
whatever.
go.
Yeah. But um, we're not. We always sound like we're giving it way more credit because we we don't shut up. Um, we just keep talking about the match, but it was what it was. It was a good tag team match. Nothing super exciting.
Yeah,
There could have been, I think, just some things integrated into it that it could have brought out. These guys could have came out of the match better in some sort of way. Um, I'll keep saying Viking Raiders need to win more. They need to be more of a dominant force, not just people are afraid to fight them and then they just lose every time because then you take that fear right away. Um, Street Profit, but yeah, Street Profits won. I mean, that's a. I think if them are like, hopefully, I mean, I don't know, whatever. I got nothing else really to say.
there we are. That's it.
Yeah.
So we have ourselves a 6 out of 10. It's not bad.
No,